What are my obligations? A friend of mine said, you know what? I'm out of town. Can you take care of my Airbnb? I'm like, I don't know what that means. You want me to clean it? And like, I don't have time for. No. All you have to do is just like ask, answer the questions of the guests. It's like it's on auto book or Insta book. So they just come in. If they have an issue, just like whatever. You don't need everything set up. It's a full stocked fridge. It's all nice. That's really, really nice place. You don't need to do much. Just if there's a problem, just be there. Fine. So it was on Instabook, this condo, and it was booked by Darnell. Let me explain what happened here, because this is pretty crazy. This is probably the best part of this podcast. So I really want you to get down and to listen to this. This is real. This is absolutely real. I didn't write this. This is absolutely real. So Darnell auto books the apartment of my friend. The night before he's supposed to arrive, he messages me through Airbnb, through my friend's Airbnb account, saying he is driving into town and would arrive at 9 or 10 a.m. the next day. Okay? Fine. Sure. Okay. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think I had to worry about it, except, me, inquisitive me, I saw his profile, and it had 1.5 stars. And I thought, is it out of best of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst? I didn't know you had profiles as guests. I thought only the hosts had profiles. So I clicked on it, and then it had a description of some host, only one. Apparently he's only used Airbnb once. And this is the description. This is real, okay? I'm going to read it to you. From a guy in Omaha, Nebraska. So I'm in Austin. Darnell decided to go to Omaha, Nebraska for some reason. And then he decided to drive here for some reason. Here we go. Beware of this guest. I've never had a situation like this before, but here's how it went down. Darnell requested a book same day and wanted an early check-in. I ran around to make it happen. He called for some check-in instructions and seemed nice enough. This was a Sunday. He checked in, and I almost immediately left for a business trip in another state some hundreds of miles away. No troubles the first day. Early Tuesday morning, I got a flurry of text messages accusing me of kicking Darnell in the hallway and sabotaging the levers on his special needs vehicle. Darnell is a little person, and his car evidently doesn't have pedals, he explained to me, but levers he uses to operate the vehicle. I almost instantly sent him a few fast food and fuel receipts demonstrating the general location I was located and informing him with no ambiguity that I was no less than 300 miles away from his location. And I almost certainly neither kicked him in the hallway nor had the ability to access his car. In fairness to Darnell, he did not damage the place. However, I would, under no circumstances, host this individual again. Beware of this evil dwarf. That's real. Evil fucking dwarf indeed. By the way, Omaha, Nebraska, same day, but also you need to come to Austin. I'm not saying that's not his business. I'm just saying it is a little weird. It seems a little scammy to me. I don't get it. It reminds me of that adopting family, the American family that adopted that Ukrainian adult posing as a child that tried to poison them. That's what it seemed like to me. It instantly rang in my head. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? This can't be the same dwarf, is it? I mean, that was a girl dwarf. In this circumstance, we're dealing with a boy dwarf or a man dwarf named Darnell. So an African American dwarf who's also an insurance scam or civil suit scam artist, because it has to be something like you assault me, I'm going to take you to court, and then you try to get cash from them or something or whatever. Really weird. It's the most bizarre scam I've ever seen in my entire life. But then I thought about it even bigger. What is Airbnb doing, letting this evil fucking dwarf rent people's houses or some shit? Or what is anyone doing on Airbnb? The whole concept's insane. You're allowing a stranger to inhabit your house while you're sleeping. You don't know who the fuck they are for $100 or whatever. It's bullshit. It's insane. You could be in the same place with them and rent out a room, or you could be away with your Xboxes there and your big flat screen TV. Oh no, please come on in. It's nuts. What are you gonna do? If they steal everything from you, if your little dwarf takes all your kids' toys or something, because like that's what he plays with. 'Cause he's a dwarf, he doesn't play with adult shit. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. Little person, I apologize. Maybe dwarfs are like evil little people. Like the gremlin is like Pogwai. So Gizmo's that, right? And then the evil version of him are the gremlins. They're kind of the same, but not really. So maybe dwarfs you're allowed to say that. Little people like say, listen, like, dwarfs give us a bad name. They're not us. They're like the gremlins, right? We're like Gizmo. We're Pogwai or whatever the fuck. So like, that maybe it's that, because this is really bad. But he's also black, so I kind of feel like I'm racist about it, because it's like, I don't want to insinuate that Darnell's lying. It's possible that Tim from Omaha, Nebraska's lying. The only thing is, what does Tim get out of this? What does Tim get out of this if not to simply like, I don't know, warn people as a good Samaritan or something? Like, I don't see the incentive. Also, if anything, as a host, if you're Tim, people are gonna be like, you're kind of weird. Like, you have weird dwarfs hanging out at your place. What's up with you? I don't want to stay with Tim. So it's like, if anything, it hurts Tim. So I don't think Tim's lying. This is weird. It's also like, why is this person allowed on Airbnb? Airbnb penalized my friend's account for me canceling the reservation. I said, okay, that's fine. I didn't know the guests are reviewed. I didn't know anything about it. It was on Autobook. I had no idea. Why do you let someone like Darnell, the evil fucking dwarf king, like rent people's shit? I'm willing to bet he's never rented anything. It's one review ever. He just like looks for people with like weird circumstances or something, or like he tries to take shots to see if he'll get in. And then once he's got you, he's like, you tried to like throw him across the room, use him as a lawn dart. You broke his legs. You destroyed his little elf vehicle, whatever, with the levers. And you owe him like $100,000, and he tries to like sue Airbnb for the money or something like that. Apparently, like Uber has a thing back in the day. I don't know if that's still the case. People were suing Uber all the time for like a sexual assault, for injuries in a car, because Uber didn't ask any questions. They just paid, no questions asked. I don't know if that's the case for Airbnb, but this definitely seems like a scam. Tim Dillon, famous Tim Dillon, big fan of Tim Dillon's. I've mentioned him on the show a million times. He has a place in Austin. He doesn't like Austin that much. I understand. Monocultural. Very simple. Yeah, fine. Understand. Fair. He was kicked off Airbnb. He broke a statue in some lesbian's house. Some lesbian's house he was renting, he broke a statue. But you let a midget travel the country trying to con people? Airbnb? What the fuck are you doing? That's fucking nuts. That's not right. That's not right. You allow Instabook to include the provisional acceptance of responsibility that Airbnb has to review all guests, all people that use their system, that they're safe. That's the presumption of Instabook. You don't just take random chances like it's the Wild West, like anyone can come in. That's just fucking nuts. There has to be some goodwill that Airbnb does, some due diligence on people. That's the only fucking thing that makes sense. Why else would you have Instabook? It's so insane. It's insane, man. Insane. So anyway, they said the penalty is not a big deal. They just blacked out the 3 days. And so I can't use, so it was fine. It's over now. So now it's back on and someone's actually renting out the place. So she's really nice. She's a few kids. I looked at them. They didn't look like dwarfs. They looked like real little kids. So, that's fine. I'm also not living there or staying there. I don't have to worry about it. So they poison each other, drink the Kool-Aid. I don't care. A coroner comes in, takes out the bodies. It's fine. We just rent it again.